last class, we discussed about the sustainability and sustainable development, and also we discussed about the principles, characteristic principles of sustainability. Now, we will discuss about the decentralized governance or Panchayat Raj system. Decentralized governance or Panchayat Raj system. So, it is a form of government which starts from the Gram Panchayat. It is the basic unit of administration. Gram Panchayat, it is the basic unit of this Panchayat is Gram Panchayat. It has three levels: village, block and district. So the Panchayat receives funds from three sources. One is local body grants, that is recommended by the Central Finance Commission, and the second source of fund is implementation of centrally sponsored. So some schemes will be sponsored by the central government. So from that they will get the funds, and funds released by the state governments mainly by the recommendation of the Central Finance Commission. So these are the three sources of funds for panchayats. So what are the objectives of decentralized governance? Main thing is improving the condition of the villages. Improving the condition of the villages to make them self-sufficient. To make them self-sufficient. So to evolve a system of democratic decentralization, and that means we are distributing the power. We are distributing the power to various levels. So it starts from the Gram Panchayat, village, block, Gram Panchayat like villages, block, district and state wise. So it will help in rapid socio-economic progress and preparation of the economic development and social justice plan. So we have to prepare the plan which will help in the economic development and also to provide a social justice to all, to uplift the standard of living of people in the rural areas, to enhance or to increase a healthy and wealthy society by creating awareness among the people about the hygiene, sanitization and eradication of illiteracy. So what is Gandhiji's idea of rural development? So he advocated for small, local, predominantly village-based technology to help Indian villages to become self-reliant. So they should not depend on any advanced technologies or the technologies which will cause us more damage to the environment. He disagreed with the idea of the technology that benefits only minority of the people, not at the expense of majority of the people. So he stressed on the importance of generating maximum employment opportunities, especially in rural areas, for mainly weaker sections of the communities, and to improve their standard of living. What are the functions of panchayats? So implementing this schemes that will help to get a good yield of crops in agriculture, establishing primary healthcare centers, supply of drinking water, proper sanitization, drainage system, etc., and construction and repair of roads, development of cottage and small scale industries, opening the cooperative society so that it will help or it will provide the some products to the poor, and establishing youth organizations so that during emergencies they will help, and executing the government schemes for generating more employment to the rural poor people. So now let us discuss about the khadi. So khadi, it is an Indian handicraft, hand spun and woven cloth. So khadi, it is an Indian hand spun and woven cloth. So the raw materials used for making khadi are cotton, silk or wool. So they will use the threads by spinning wheel or charkha. This khadi is mainly evolved during struggle for freedom. And this free movement was started by Gandhi to boycott the foreign goods, foreign cloths especially. And it signifies the concept of Swadeshi movement. So mainly it is aimed to boycott the goods that and promotes Indian goods to improve the Indian economy. In 1920, Gandhi started promoting this khadi by spinning the khadi for rural self-employment. What are the objectives of this khadi? First, let us discuss about the social objective. So that means, so mainly, many people should get employment. Many people should get employment. Economic objectives are, we have to produce the products or manufacture the goods that should be saleable. So that they, if they are saleable, more saleable means they will get the profit. And the more wider objective is, we have to create a self-reliance among the poor. We have to create a self-reliance or self-dependence among the poor to build up a strong community spirit. To build up a strong community spirit. So what are the major functions of KVIC? KVIC is nothing but Khadi and Village Industries Commission. So it looks further into the planning, promotion, organization and implementation of the programs for the development of their village industries in the rural areas. It creates service facilities for processing of raw materials to promote sale and marketing and other village industries products, to encourage and promote research in techniques and so every day more to increase the manufacture. It provides financial assistance to institutions and individuals for development of khadi. It will help or it will provide financial support for the individuals and for the institutions to promote to develop khadi. It sets standards of quality of the poor. It sets standards for the quality for the poor. Dastakar. A society started for crafts and handicrafts people. It is a registered society established for improving the economic status of the crafts people. The main aim of this Dastakar is to help crafts people, especially for women, to use their own traditional skills by providing employment, and it will help in income generation, and also it helps in to increase their economic condition, especially to achieve economic self-sufficiency. So what are the objectives of Dastakar? It creates self-reliant craft groups. It creates self-reliant craft groups who are able to take responsibility of their design, accounting, marketing and production. Free from depending on the money lenders or middlemen. It is free from the depending on the money lenders or middlemen. It is working towards the removal of social prejudices like gender, caste, religion and profession. So it will work without considering these the gender or caste or religion. It will help for everyone. It assists the craft people to use their own skills, and also it provides space and a catalyst for women's empowerment through crafts. So it helps mainly women to use their skills and that to achieve the women's empowerment. It improves the capacity of NGOs to support the crafts people and contribute to the development of Indian urban market for handicrafts. So it promises and promotes the survival of traditional crafts. It mainly helps to promote the traditional crafts. So by this we come to the end of the 8th lesson, Evolving Sustainable Paradigm. In the next class, I'll start with the 9th lesson, that is Eco-Friendly Technologies.